Hey everyone, it's Goo. I'm back here again. We're in level 8 in The Legend of Zelda. Just still showing this game off. Oh my gosh. Hey, I don't often have... What? Can we hit... Oh, that's cool. I don't know if this is a good strat. We're here in level 8. As you can see, things are already kicking off. It's a tough dungeon. You know, you usually don't have to fully explore this when you're playing. You know, just getting the bare minimum needed or whatever. Not bare minimum, but you know, not 100%ing the game. So, similar to the other dungeons, I might get, you know, everything. Not really going for 100%. You know, we're just kind of having some fun with the game, answering questions, you know, so just to enjoy it. We'll see. I'm gonna try to at least get the extra item, because boy, you know, I was struggling in other dungeons just with the difficulty while answering questions and talking and stuff, and the item you get in this will give us some help in the last dungeon, which we will surely need. It's a real doozy. I remembered like a couple videos ago I was supposed to be ranking the bosses, and then I forgot to do that. I don't know. I might get back around to doing it, but oh, we got the book, which yeah, that does that. The magic book. Okay, so off to a great start. There's some more items to get in this dungeon too, so. But anyway, other than that, let's well, here, while we're kind of safe in this room, let's do our first question. Oh, and you know, for the last video, we got one more video in this coming up. And then I've still got one more dungeon dive to do for Minish Cap. Another reason, you know what, I'll keep talking, because another reason I'm not so worried as much about the boss thing is that I started doing it thinking maybe I'll do this for the other games in order and, like, you know, just keep ranking the bosses, but then I had a change of mind because I'm planning, you know, don't quote me here, but I'm planning to maybe do... Is there any purpose to this room? Oh, there was a key. I'm planning to do some more gameplay related videos after this and after the next the final Minish Cap dive video, but it's not Zelda 2 related. You know, it's still in the planning process, so don't quote me. Oh, I love this magic rod. This is kind of one of the more obscure areas to progress. I guess there's not really, if you know how the dungeons work, there's not really that many places to bomb in this beginning portion. If you see the map here, there's only one place that's like going up. I don't know if that line is there before you bomb it. I guess that's a hint too, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Should we find out? Actually, yeah. Let's how do we rewind again? We gotta hold it. Let's use the rewind feature just for some scientific experimentation. Ah, see? Okay. So it's not exactly it's a secret, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got more gameplay stuff coming up. But yeah. Well, for now, the other boss ranking video I did a while back will work for this. But maybe that's a thing I'll revisit in the future. But I want to think of a more fun way to do it than kind of thrown on at the end. So anyway, it's a video game related questions this time, and here I'm gonna talk some more. So I want, if people want to leave comments. I've been doing, you know, themes. Man, this is a tough room. Jeez. So yeah, people can leave, you know, we've been doing the themes, which is fun. But I think for the last video, it can be about whatever you want. So leave more comments for our last Q&A of Legend of Zelda. Feel free to ask. Well, you know, I won't answer anything, but alright, we'll use the potion. Man, this is not good. This is a toughie. Wow. Anyway, first question. Which room do I want? I'll go in this room and we'll ask a question. Only have one key. It's not good. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Does this kill these dudes? No. Okay. Am I in a bad way? Shoot them. Alright, there we go. Ooh, rupees. That's good. Uh-oh. That's bad. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, first question. A new bite. Favorite video game is Wind Waker. Ooh, nice. Outside of very original in the Zelda community. Well, what do you? It's a great game. Outside of Zelda, Undertale. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Question for you is this: what is the worst video game that you have ever played that you have actually finished? And that's a good question, and I'm glad I saw this a while back when you asked it a couple weeks ago, and I'm glad I had time to think about it, because it was one that I kind of had to. Oh my gosh, what do you? Leave me alone. I had to kind of mull this one over because it was hard to think of on the spot at first, and I guess, you know, I didn't in the moment come up with like a perfect answer. But then that same, I think it was the same day or around the same time, we were kind of talking in the flashback. What is this? You okay, man? Oh. In the flashback 64 Discord, we were talking about the Resident Evil series, and it just had me thinking about how disappointed I was when it came out, Resident Evil 6. So yeah, that was one I'm pretty sure I finished that game. Good. Keys. We're not really gonna need these much. Yeah, when Resident Evil 6 came out, it kind of put me off of playing Resident Evil games for a while. It was very, I don't know, I guess I didn't expect much out of it, but I still expected it to be better, if that makes sense. I even like went to a midnight release to get it and everything, because that was such a big, you know, I didn't think Resident Evil 5 was like great, but I had fun with it in the multiplayer. And then some stuff they showed in the Goma, much easier when you're not shooting all kinds of fireballs at me. There we go. Oh man, multiple hits. So yeah, I don't know, I saw like some of the trailer gameplay for it and I thought, oh, this could be cool, you know, which is silly looking back on it. I've heard people in the Discord said, oh, it's fun co-op, which is kind of how I felt about 5, which I could, no, that didn't really help me, did it? I could see that, but overall, it didn't set the world on fire for me. Okay. It's a great hint. Spectacle Rock. It's the entrance to death. We're gonna need to know that. For sure. What is this room? Oh, jeez, more of these dudes. Well, at least there's no fireball shooting at me. The bubbles, kind of annoying. Here. Maybe we can clear out the Gibdos? Oh yeah, look at that frame rate. Nice. Ow. Okay, that was bad. So yeah, Resident Evil, I think I finished it. I might have, you know what, I might have actually played 2 of the campaigns and then stopped after, like, one of them. So, but you know, basically, I played enough to properly give it its time, I think. Oh, rupees, yeah. Alright, bubble me. These don't, yeah, they don't hurt you. Let's do another question while we're here. Corey asks, says my favorite game is Wind Waker. Alright, if we're taking a poll, Wind Waker is kind of the head of the pack. Corey asks, what's a game or game series that you really wanted to get into but never did? That is an awesome question. And it's actually something that I've kind of been remedying in my adult life. Oh, you know what? I know here we need to go up. This room sucks, but let's we'll come back to it. Yeah, it's been something that I've been trying to fix in my adult life, like playing games that were kind of on the bucket list. So, or like games I even played when I was younger, but like never got to finish or whatever, you know. So lately I've played this is probably not the most like health effective route, but whatever. Oh, the map, thank goodness. Thank goodness for the map. Do we want to go? There's a secret here. I just know this, it's not really very intuitive, but we might need rupees for more potion at this point. But hopefully not before the end of this dungeon, but it could be. If that happens, oh boy. We'll be doing an edit. So yeah, some of the series, like I had attempted ooh, well, I wish it was in a better room. I had previously attempted Earthbound was a game that I had tried a couple times, and for whatever reason never got to finish it, and so I've recently finished that. Oh my gosh, this is rough. What else? For a long time, you know, I didn't have a PlayStation when I was younger. I always wanted to play Symphony of the Night, and I finally got to doing that. Okay, we need a potion up. Whew. So yeah, I got this. That was like a little while back that I did that, which was an awesome game, and I'm happy I got to do that. I know this is kind of the opposite of the question, but what else recently? Yes. You know what? We don't even. There's a room up. You know what? Let's go there at this point. I decided to pull up a map just to check out some of these unnecessary rooms. We're gonna explore them anyway. Wow, that's like the easiest room in the dungeon. So yeah, Symphony of the Night, and you know, going into some of the more of that series has been cool. It's a lot of motorcycles going by today. How about that? What else? There was something else. Yeah, I don't know. I've been in general trying to cross a lot of those off. A couple years ago, I got to replay Final Fantasy VII, which I had only done in part as a kid, you know, not having a PlayStation. So, but to further answer that, and I plan to do this eventually. You know, I've played some of the and that key, that's going to be crucial for us in the final dungeon. So I've played through, played parts of the original Metal Gear Solid when I was a kid, but never got to, is that always locked? What am I doing? Wait, oh wait. Oh, I did a loop around. Okay, well, it doesn't matter now because we got a bunch of keys. I got lost for a second. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid. I'd like to, like, I haven't really, like, done as much with that series as I would have liked to. So oh, too soon though. So I plan to remedy that someday. On the list. You know, generally a lot of like PS1 games I didn't get to play as much. Yes, I think we can just get a potion between dungeons. So yeah, PS1 games, especially because, you know, I played Death Stranding when it came out and I loved it. Oh my gosh, come on. And so I would definitely love to play more Kojima, you know, games, obviously. So we'll stick with that. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, we're safe here. So, Joe Savigny says, my favorite game of all time would be Majora's Mask. Who would have thought everyone likes Zelda games? But I also have a soft spot for the single-player campaign of Warcraft 3. Right on. Ooh, 2 questions. The year's almost over, so what games get your Game of the Year? Well, let's start with that. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but well, it kind of ties in with what I was just talking about, but there's honestly not a lot of like brand new games that I have or like will play, I guess, this year, and it's not because of anything about them in particular. There's a lot I want to, for sure. And I you know, I probably will within the next few years, but there's obviously like a lot of games. I'm always playing Zelda games for this and that. I now have Flashback 64, which is my Nintendo 64 podcast. And other things, you know, I slip in some side games in there, like concurrently, like I'm playing something else, but sometimes it's like I'm playing, you know, there's just a bad secret that way. We can just go right to the bomb. We're not gonna, 10th enemy has the bomb. That's like a horrible hit. We're not gonna go that way. So, you know, the Tears of the Kingdom I've played this year. A lot of new games I played this year. Like, my last, like, side, just for fun game I was playing was Metroid Prime Remastered, which is new, but it's not, you know? So, I'm a bad judge of these sort of things. And then on top of that, like I said, I'm filling in gaps and stuff like that. But there are new games that look really interesting to me that I want to check out. I think Sea of Stars sounds really cool. Oh, I thought that might work. Look at this 4-headed Gleeok. So I'll hopefully, you know, get around to some of those, but you know, I don't want to start or like get I don't even get new games anymore until like I know for sure I'm going to start them. Well, that boss fight, no big deal. We got through the dungeon, no problem. Woohoo. So, you know, I don't know if I'll have a game of the year though. And I try not to even really get all high-minded about it, because like I said, I'm the least knowledgeable about it. I've probably played more Nintendo 64 games this year than anything else, so but yeah, there's some interesting games out there for sure. Sea of Stars looks cool. Second question. Okay, Star Trek related. That's cool. You can always ask Star Trek questions. Ooh, I like this. Have you ever played the 2 recent Star Trek games, Resurgence and Infinite? If so, can you review them very quickly? Let's do that while we're just gonna travel to the final dungeon. Get ready. We'll get a potion too. So where's the nearest? I don't even know what then. Let's just play the flute. So yeah, Star Trek. One is like I think one is the. Correct me if I'm wrong. One's like the Telltale style game, and one is like the 4X style game, which are both types of games that at some point in my life I really loved. And I still really like the Telltale, you know, they did a lot of those. I kind of fell off on my interest in them, you know. But it's still, I think, you know, with a property like Star Trek that I'm interested in, I think I could have fun with it. But I haven't played them. Kind of like what I was saying in my last question. The last question is like, I just don't even really get much of a... Oh, I thought he would be here. Did I already get that? Yeah, I don't really, you know, get around to playing new games as much, but I guess a Star Trek game I should probably... I don't play a lot of... So a 4X game is a... You know, I would want to play that. I think it probably is only on PC, I assume, but that's the only type of console I really would want to play that style of game on, and I just don't do a lot of gaming in general on PC anymore. I never really have, but I've always had certain PC games that I think of, at least, of PC games like SimCity or Age of Empires. I really like, you know, so I love those, but like, yeah, I just don't do a lot of PC gaming in general, so I haven't picked that up. But I mean, conceptually, hey, that's something I would really love, so maybe it's something I should look into soon if I have the time. So yeah, I will look into that hopefully someday soon and get back to you, because they sound cool. If you've played them, let me know. I mean, I would love to hear if it's worth picking up, but either way, I'll probably try it someday. As you can see, I'm not actually up to date on things. I mean, as you can literally see, I'm playing The Legend of Zelda right now. Okay, one final question. Can we get to a safe spot? Is there a safe screen anywhere? Oh my gosh. Here, I know what's safe. Isn't there a thing here? Am I mistaken? There we go. It's a potion here, right? Okay. Final question comes from Alex Duquette. Go check out his channel, and he's got a brand new channel that has it's a video game music channel where he's gonna be deep diving into various games and the music that accompanies them. And he's got one video out. This channel is called VGM Quest, by the way. He's got one video out right now that's like a retrospective of the soundtrack to Ocarina of Time. So go check that out. But Alex, what's your favorite game? A Link to the Past. Some of my earliest memories were from that game. There are pictures of me as a baby with my mom playing A Link to the Past in the background. Aw, it's super cool to see now. That's great. That's cool. So we all like Zelda games. What do you know? That's great. Question. If you could choose any game developer outside of Nintendo and Capcom, and oh, you hear that motorcycle going. Any developer outside of Nintendo and Capcom to take a stab at developing a mainline Zelda game from the ground up, who would you choose and why? That is a great question. And I guess I could answer this while we make a run to it. Who made oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So what was that like? Okay, allow me to answer that now. So it's a great question, and I think it kind of comes with the caveat, because I think I've pitched these also as like, oh, these could be, I've pitched like side games a la Cadence of Hyrule, like the idea of, letting a a developer, indie developer or whatever, come in and make their version of their game, but with like Zelda on it. And I also think, if you want to be more ambitious, these would also be good people to just be like, here, make something, make a mainline Zelda game. Here we are. I guess let's fight. Yeah. So those would be, let's kill this. We'll get out of here. Wait, well, we'll drop the bomb. Was it this one? So this one? There we go. So those would be, so Tunic. That game was obviously a loving tribute to Zelda. So I'd say the developers that made that. Now this also comes with the caveat that I think probably most of these developers, like, it would be more creatively interesting if they stuck with, you know, their own output. Like, as much as I love Zelda, I kind of, you know, it's sort of the thing of like, I don't want to see everybody just get swept up making games for Nintendo, you know. I want to see diversity of types of games and stuff, but, you know, in these crazy I'm just throwing out crazy dream scenarios that I would possibly also really like. So, yeah, people who made Tunic, I think would be great. And then, in a similar vein, I have kind of two I would love to see another Zelda 2 style game. And I think, like, and like I said, like Yacht Club Games, who made Shovel Knight, would be cool. They were obviously influenced, and then this would never happen or whatever, but like Team Cherry, like Hollow Knight, or, you know, someone of that vein, I think would be really cool. So, you know, I know it's kind of a crazy dream-like scenario, but yeah, that's my choice. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. We're taking on Death Mountain next, so stick around.